He's got all 3 flags right now.
Can the Ricers stop the decap? That's the important question right here.
Yeah, no, if he gets that decap, it's over. That's the only downside.
Ricer.
Oh, gives me decap right there. Oh!
Hit her! Hit her!
No, not melee.
Oh,
It's so
no.
bad.
Ah! Welcome back, folks. I'm Red-Rupee, and this is our Iron Harvest tip of the week. Today we're breaking down some mechanics of victory points and capturing in general. Basic concepts, but there are some good hard numbers and obscure facts to hit, and they're pretty important since, you need these to win the game. First, let's break down capturing points and caches. Capturing either a victory point or resource node takes 18 seconds. Capturing weapons take 12 seconds, and resource caches, iron and oil, are actually the quickest at 10 seconds. It's important to remember that taking fire reduces your capture progress as well, so capping under fire is usually not advised unless it's absolutely critical. And if you're getting fired on by 2 or more squads or explosive weapons that cause knockback, you'll likely never capture the point at all, and you should just fall back and engage the enemy from a safe location. In addition, if you're taking fire and losing squad members, that can slow your progress as well. Caches and weapons have a flat capture timer regardless of your squad numbers. However, resource points and victory points will take much longer to cap with squads that have lost members. Losing 1 or 2 is not a big deal initially and only costs you a few seconds different each. But once your squad starts straggling with just 2 or a single member, the cap speed drops pretty significantly. So keep this in mind when choosing to cap with an injured squad or fall back. On smaller maps like deserted tracks, it's probably more efficient to retreat a 2 or 1 member squad, reinforce, and then return to the field with a full health squad and capture your point. Now I want to take a look at the victory point mechanics themselves. Our little VP traffic light on top here has 5 bulbs, and as each one of these lights turns on, it'll earn 10 points for the opponent as they decap the point, up to a total of 50. I've seen several posts of surprised players asking why they lost the game when they still controlled 2 of the points, so there's your answer. It's important to consider that when you're on a comeback or a tight match and your opponent has 450 victory points or more, you need to be very aware of decaps for points. You generally only want to cap victory points you can actually hold at that point. If you capture a point and it matures, your opponent might steal the game away with simply a decap. Even if you control most of the map, you probably only ever want to decap their natural VPs instead of fully capturing it, otherwise it might mature and leave your opponent an easy out, so be very cautious in these scenarios because it is not uncommon for close matches to end simply on a decap. As for how the points work themselves, victory points tick every 3 seconds, not every 5 like resources. Meaning each tick the player in the lead will score 1 to 3 points based on the number of points they have over their opponent, or none if the VPs are tied. The traffic lights fill every 66 seconds, which means it takes 5 minutes and 30 seconds for a victory point to fully mature and activate all 5 bulbs for decaps. This is 20 ticks for every 10 points returned for a decap, or essentially a 50% return at the moment that each of these lights activates. So keep in mind, if you're falling behind early game by 100 VPs or more, don't get discouraged and hold on to your forces. Plan for a push. Simply decapping your opponent's strategic points will earn you 100 points to get back into the game. This timing also tends to line up pretty nicely with Reserve 1 pushes, so if you're on the back foot and hit a strong Reserve 1 push and take some VPs, you'll get right back into the game and maybe even take a strong lead. When considering these mechanics, you obviously want to try to hold your points longer than that 5 minute and 30 second point. Beyond that, any points you're earning from your VP advantage are netting your opponent no return as opposed to the 50% your opponent can get during that time frame. So be aware of enemy pushes around these times, and also, if you're in the lead, it's a good idea to check on your opponent's natural VP once in a while and see if its bulbs are lit up. Sneaking a squad back there for those quick 18 seconds to get a decap can net you 50 points, and when they recap, the timer's going to start all over again for more potential points later in the match. I've definitely had matches where 1 or even 200 of my points were earned simply from decapping their natural VP when the opportunity arises. These decaps can really help close out a game when you're in an advantageous position, so keep an eye on those points and try to maximize what you can from this return mechanic. That's it for this week. Of course, if you have any topic you'd like to see discussed, please leave a comment and we'll work it into the coming weeks. If you enjoyed the video or hopefully learned something useful and would like to support the channel, all you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe to help us grow. And thanks for watching.